let's get started. Okay, so, and what's the reason, do you think? Of course, we watched a video related to a rage, and I'm going to ask you why the reason you think, why people express their anger and, I don't know, for example, try to behave aggressively. Why do you think? What's the reason?
I think the man become angry with with the I don't know with who, because he so he his emotional is very lose control. I don't know. He wants his seat, but it's not really important.
Of course. You know, it wasn't the main reason. Maybe there was another cause, of course, to make this person, I don't know, angry or something like this, to make him behave aggressively or something like this. And of course, we have the same situation, you know, a lot of maybe during flights, and of course, maybe all will face before. So actually in this session we are going to talk about you know, this topic, this subject, that is a rage, you know, and what it is, of course, uh, expressing anger and behave aggressively, you know, on the plane about something due to a reason or something like this. This is a rage, okay? Now we're going to read a text about a rage, and of course we will talk about it, and we are going to answer some questions. Okay, so let me start sharing again. Okay, so you can see the book now, of course, and well, let's read this word. Which of the following reasons are given for a rage in the article? Okay, we're going to read the article together. As you can see, we have the article about road ragers in the sky. Okay, and road rage is a slang that normally is used about motorists, about drivers. But we have the same slang about the sky, for example, road ragers. Of course, you know, people who, you know, express their anger and of course behave aggressively, angrily to the other people, to cabin crew, in actually about something due to some reasons, and we are going to read about these people and of course answer this question. So first of all, let's read the text together, then we can talk about the questions. Okay, it's your choice. You can read it, and if you want me to read, which one? So it's your choice.
I try read.
Okay, of course.
So it's a duck. Okay now. Rose rays in the sky from an interminable delay in takeoff when passengers was caught up in the aircraft on Thomas. Oh, I think many new words here.
Of course, we have a lot of new words. So maybe it's a little hard to read this word. Of course, I can read it to you. And of course, we can discuss the meaning of words together. Okay?
Yes.
Very good. So let me make it a little smaller. And okay. Of course. So, well, road ragers in the sky. From an interminable delay in takeoff when passengers were cooped up in their aircraft on the tarmac for 4 hours. Tarmac, of course. Where am I? Okay, here. Without food, drink, or information. Mass unrest is less common than individual misbehavior, as in case of the convict who recently went crazy on a flight, attacked the crew, and tried to open a door in mid-flight. The psychology of air rage is a new area of study, and there are almost as many explanations and examples. Most analysts of the phenomenon blame alcohol, but many people now think that the airlines are at fault. To cut costs, they are cramming ever more passengers into their craft while reducing cabin crew, training, and quality of service, all of which increase passenger frustration. In addition, there is increasing concern in the US about another cost-cutting exercise which could seriously harm passengers' health: cabin ventilation. Modern aircraft are equipped with sophisticated air conditioning devices, but running them at optimum capacity burns up valuable aviation fuel. Many airlines routinely instruct their flight crews to run the system on the minimum setting. Campaigners for improved air quality claim that this can lead to irritability and disorientation. Irritability and disorientation. In the US, the soaring number of passenger complaints across a wide range of issues is reflected in a number of new internet sites which criticize the airlines and demand better service. One of the sites is demanding an air passenger's Bill of Rights. Cabin and flight crews who are in the front line of the battle against disruptive and dangerous in-flight behavior and have called for stiffer penalties against offenders. Management have also called for legislation, while denying that its cost-cutting practices have contributed to the problem. But there are some signs in the US at least that the airlines are at last attempting to respond to customer dissatisfaction. Some major lines have announced concessions to the most frequent complaint of all and are removing seats to more room for their customers. Okay, I forgot to read this part. Airlines and their long-suffering customers are reporting steep climb in air rage incidents. Some incidents are apparently caused by problems which are familiar to many regular travelers. One case reported from America stemmed from an actually
Yeah.
interminable delay. Okay, so I forgot to read this part. Okay. Well, so we have new vocabulary. So we're going to, first of all, we are going to learn them one by one. Then we can discuss this subject. Okay. So first of all, let me make it a little smaller so then you can see the board. Well, it's better now. Okay. So first of all, road ragers in the sky. Of course, we talked about road ragers. I told you people who express anger and behave aggressively about something due to a reason. On flight, of course. So this is road rager. From an interminable, okay, so first of all, here, I forgot, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have long surfing customers and reporting steep. Of course, when we see steep, Steep
Mm.
means high or extreme. High or extreme climb in air rage incidents. And we have the next word. So steep means high or extreme. We have stem from. So actually the verb stem should be followed by preposition from. Stem from means to develop as a result of something else. So stem to develop as a result of something else. This means stem from. And now we have interminable. It means endless. Interminable means endless. And we have another word. Okay, we have convict. We have the word, let me underline here so that you can see it better. Convict. It means find guilty, blame. And of course, we have this. Okay, we have rage. The word rage means anger. Rage means anger. Of course, I just wrote here. And another word, analyst. People who analyze something are analysts. Of the phenomenon, of course, phenomenon means incident or event. So incident or event means phenomenon. Blame alcohol, and as I told you, blame is the same as convict, find guilty. Or maybe but airlines are as fault, of course, to cut cost, to reduce cost. They are cramming. Okay, what does it mean when you say cram something? Force something into a small place. They force, okay, they try to put a lot of people into a small place, more than capacity. Okay, this means cram. Okay, but this is of course cramming with double M, but the verb is cram with one M. Of course, if you're going to add ing, we need to double M. So cramming ever more passengers into the aircraft. It means they try to put more than capacity, put more, for example, passengers into the plane. That is not good. And of course, reducing cabin crew training and increase passenger frustration. Of course, frustration means getting disappointed. In addition, there is, okay, increasing concern. Concern means worry. Concern means worry. And of course, modern aircraft are equipped with sophisticated modern air conditioning devices. Okay, but running them optimum means perfect, ideal. So perfect or ideal burns of valuable aviation fuel. Aviation fuel means fuel used by planes. This means aviation fuel. Many airlines routinely, normally instruct their flight crews to run, so we are talking about air conditioning system here. And now can lead to irritability, bad temper, bad behavior. Irritability means bad temper or bad behavior, or disorientation. Disorientation meaning a feeling of being confused or not able to think clearly. Actually, it's something that you are confused and you can think. So maybe, I don't know, you behave angrily. Okay, so this is disorientation. And we have demand, of course, means require. We have demand means require, and the other word here we have demand. So let me, and another word, battle. Battle means fight. Battle means fight. And another word, let me check. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, okay. And yeah, we have legislation. legislation. Okay, what does it mean? Can you guess what does it mean? Of course, I wrote here, but I don't want to use it. So, do you know the meaning of legislation?
Mm, I'm not sure.
Just try to guess from the sentences before and after it. Look, look. Okay, have called for stiffer penalties against the offenders. Management have also called legislation. It's something like it comes from legal. So it means lawmaking. It means lawmaking. So I think I wrote here, I don't know, verb, but I think I wrote here, I don't know. No, it's not. So lawmaking means, yeah, legislation, of course. So it means lawmaking. And stiff, stiff means firm, hard. Look, I underlined here stiff. Have called for stiff. It means hard, firm. Okay. And of course, while denying and refusing, denying means refusing. Contribute, help, it means help, help. And of course, concessions means allowance. It's normally, maybe it's something like permission that a group of people, or maybe a company, a group of people, is got by government. For example, you only have this permission to do something. So you say you or got this permission by government, or for example, maybe by employee. This is allowance, permission, something that you actually, you are allowed to do something. This means concessions, okay? And justice, I don't think there is another word, but I'm trying to find if there is. Okay. And yeah, we have coop up. I don't know. I wrote here, but let me check because I couldn't see. Maybe I don't know. I missed it. I but coop up. It means having to. You have to stay for a period of time in a place that is too small. This means coop up. Okay, so you have to stay for a period of time in a place that is really small. This is coop up. Okay, is there any word, anything that you want to ask me?
Mm, no.
Okay, so of course we are going to read it again together. Now, according and considering the meaning of words, okay, now I want you to do something. Okay, let's read it again. Now it's your turn. We have something, of course, we will talk about that later. So, but, okay, so we have the word tarmac. It's an area, let me explain. It's an area covered with tarmac. Tarmac is material that is mixture of tar and small stones like asphalt. We have, an area covered by asphalt outside the airport building. This is tarmac, okay?
Yes.
So again, now let's read it again, of course. And now, according to the meaning of the words, okay, we have something like this. Which of the following reasons are given for a rate in the article? Okay, so let's read them again. Just before reading the text, let's read and try to underline the keywords to help us find the answer. So service, per service, and not leaving on time, quality, too many passengers. Yeah, we have the same thing like this, the synonym, not feeling safe, drinking alcohol, air quality, we talked about air conditioning, noisy passengers, not
Yes.
being able to smoke, not enough cabin crew. So let's read it again. Of course, I think you can guess because you remember something, but it's not bad. If you want, you can read it again.
Yes.
Of course.
Allies and their long-suffering customers are reporting a steep climb in air raid incidents. Some incidents are apparently caused by problems which are familiar to many regular travelers. One case reported from America stemmed from. Can you open it, Lazarus? Because I
Okay.
full of the
Yeah.
article
Is it good now?
from. Okay, okay. From an interminable delay in takeoff when passengers were coupled up in their aircraft on the tarmac for hours without food, drink, or information. Mass unrest is less common than individual misbehavior, as in the case of the convicts who recently went crazy on a flight, attacked the crew and tried to open a door in mid-flight. The psychology of air raid is a new area of study, and there are almost as many explanations as examples. Most analysis, analysts of the
Analyst.
analysts of the phenomenon blame alcohol, but many people now think that the airlines are at fault. To cut costs, they are cramming ever more passengers into their aircraft, while reducing cabin crew training and quality of service, all of which increase passenger frustration. In addition, there is increasing concern in the US about another cost-cutting exercise which could seriously harm passenger health: cabin ventilation. Modern aircraft are equipped with sophisticated air
Sophisticated.
sophisticated air conditioning devices, but running them at optimum capacity burns up valuable aviation fuel. Many airlines routinely instruct their flight crew to run the system on minimum settings. Campaigns for improved air quality claim that this um, can lead to irritability and
Irritability.
disorientation. In the US, the soaring numbers of passenger complaints across a wide range of issues is reflected in a number of new Internet sites which criticize the airlines are demand better service. One of the sites is demanding an air passenger bill of rights. Cabin and flight crews who are in front line of the battle again disruptive and dangerous in-flight behavior have called for stiffer penalties against the offenders. Management have also called for legislation while denying that its cost-cutting practices have contributed to the problem. But there are some signs, in the US at least, that the airlines are at last attempting to respond to customer dissatisfaction. Some major lines have announced concessions to the most frequent complaint of all and are removing seats to make more room for their customers.
Very good. Okay, I just wrote some words again. Okay, so because I forgot to say about soaring, it is rising number
Yeah,
of passenger, yeah, and we have penalties. Of course, penalty is singular, penalties plural, fine, punishment. Okay, it means, and as I told you, contribute means help, and we have a word here I underline. Ventilation, I forgot if I talked about it or no, so let me say again. Cabin ventilation, it means blowing fresh air into cabin. So it means some air conditioning. Okay, perfect air conditioning in order to have fresh air into the cabin. Okay, so this means ventilation. And the verb, of course, is ventilate. The verb is ventilate, okay? It means blowing fresh air and try to, in order to actually have a perfect and of course fresh air into the cabin. Okay, this is ventilate or ventilation. Get it?
get it.
Very good. So now let's check. Okay, poor service, yes or no?
No, post office, yes.
Yes, definitely yes. And number two,
Mm, yes,
yeah, of course, delay, it means
yeah,
not leaving on
delay.
time. Poor quality of food.
Mm, yes,
Yes, of course, we had something here.
yeah.
Delay,
The
okay,
first
when cooked
fast food.
up, okay, without food, drink, of course. So poor quality, now without, of course,
Yeah.
food. So too many passenger, it means, do you
Yes.
remember this word? Cramming, too many
Ramen.
passengers on a
Yeah.
plane, more than capacity, yes. And
Yeah.
not feeling safe.
Yes.
Yes, which line? I don't think so because, I don't remember anything about it. So, would you tell me
Yeah, I just link
words?
because it's when we have more passenger is mean.
Yeah, of course, health. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, very good. Not feeling safe. It means, yeah, of course. Okay, people drinking alcohol.
I don't remember
Yeah, so we
this.
had something, before, of course, we had, as you can see, blame, you know,
Yeah.
most analysts, okay, of the phenomenon blame alcohol. They think, people do actually behave like this in this way due to drinking alcohol. But of course, there are the other reasons. So, and the other one, poor air quality.
Yes.
Definitely yes. Noisy passengers.
Yes, of course.
Not being, I don't think so. Not being able to smoke.
I don't see.
No, of course. Not enough cabin crew.
No.
Of course, no. No, we didn't have. Okay, so we have another word. Of course, we talked about this word. rage, concern, that I say, irritability,
Yeah.
misbehavior, harm, disorientation. Just this word is dissatisfaction. They forgot to put N.
Yes.
Dissatisfaction. Okay.
Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
frustration means getting disappointed. Optimum means, of course, perfect and ideal. So, well, let's keep going. Okay. Okay, now, is there any other? No, there is no. Okay. So let's keep going. Language review. Okay. So we can use different language forms. Okay, I remember we talked about will be going to. Yeah? Did we talk about will be going to and present continuous?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'm not going to talk about it again. So if we talk, let's complete the dialogue with the correct form of going to or will. Okay. Just let me put this here. Okay. Well, tell me when you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, so
Yeah.
number one,
Uh, I'm going to take a taxi.
I'm going to take a taxi. Why did you use I'm going to? I'm really sorry, I can't take you to the station. Something has just come up.
Oh,
Oh,
I
don't
will.
worry. I
Yes.
will take. Yeah, of course.
Yes,
It's
I
not
will.
something that you planned before. It's your
Yeah.
instant decision. So I will take a taxi. Okay, number
Yeah.
two.
What are you going? What are you calling it?
Very good. What are you going to call? What are you going to call? Be going to number three.
Including the number of have you? Yes, we will. Uh, we will.
Have you decided? And you say, yes, we decided, we planned, so we have a plan. So
Hmm. We are calling. We are
we're
going.
going. Yeah, we're going to offer. So because we planned it, we organized it before. So we say we're going to. Okay, number four.
You just press it to, and I will fax them over for you.
I will. Yes, I'll fax them over. Yeah, of course, for you. So will. And the last one.
Oh, your daughter, C5, C will
Yeah,
see.
she's fine. So we're talking about something that she's doing. So she plan, so
She going
something that
to learn.
yeah, of course, because we know what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to learn something new. So we plan it, we are actually decided, and we're going to do it. So she's going to learn to be a pilot. If I say, for example, she will learn, of course, it's something like 50-50. There is no evidence, because when I ask you about your maybe children, you have the details. So she's going to learn. Okay.
Okay.
Good, excellent. Part B, use the present continuous or present simple to complete the sentences below. Okay.
Use what is going on? His fry, a fry. His flight is arriving at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay, why arriving?
Because
why arrive?
Because no, it's this is a plan.
Of course, we do. For example, we say, as you can see, of course, we have an exact. So we say his flight arrives in progress, but of course, it arrives at 9 o'clock. So it's not something in progress. So we don't say is arriving. Okay, this is an action that will happen tomorrow morning. Okay, so we say arrives, not is arriving. This is not in progress. Okay.
Yeah, I just think because
Okay.
It's mean plan to do.
No, it's not about plan. It's not about now. This part is not about, I don't know, plan or decision or something like this, or maybe organization. For example, we say his flight is arriving. Is arriving means it's in progress in a period of time. But when say at 9 o'clock, it means something will happen at this time, not in progress. This is a short action.
I know.
Yes, so this is arrives. Okay.
In progress.
Yeah, very good. Number 2.
We stay at for the next month.
Okay, so this is for next month sales conference. Of course, you need to stay for a period maybe of time. So something that's, this is my plan. That I'm definitely sure about doing this. So we planned it, we organized it. So this is we are staying, okay? It's something like, so let me give you an example. Like, for example, we are having dinner tonight. It means that we are sure about it because we planned it, and of course we organize it, everything is ready, so we are going. I'm sorry, we're having. So, but when say we stay, okay, no, we are staying. This is something that I'm sure about it. We planned it, we organized it. This is about organization and plan. Okay, so this is we're staying.
Yeah. Okay. The next seminar is begins.
Begins, excellent. Begins, very good. Number 4.
I am traveling from. No, I travel.
Very good.
From up. I travel.
I'm traveling by train for a period of time in progress. Very good. I'm traveling.
Sport is the past.
Very good. Depart, excellent. Means leave. Depart means leave at midday. Very good.
The delegation from China.
The delegation from China.
The following Monday.
This is something that's, was sure about it, planned, of course, was planned before, was organized before, so.
Seeing.
Ah, very good, or seeing. And delegation means, of course, a group of people who represent a company, organization. For example, my company sent a group of people to represent our company. This is delegation, okay?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. So, the next one, part C. Okay, now take turns to complete the sentences. Be going to will, present continuous, or present simple. Okay, let's keep going. Tell me if everything is clear. If you have any issues, maybe, any small little issues, just you need to ask me, okay? If you don't understand, you don't catch it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying. Trying.
Very good.
First one. I'm sorry, I can't attend the sales meeting tomorrow. Companies.
You need to complete, of course, with your own words.
Hmm?
With your own words, you can, complete it with your own words, on your own.
I'm sorry. I it means change to other sentences.
For example, let me complete the first one and of course give you the clues. So say, I'm sorry, I can't attend the sales meeting tomorrow. I'm going to my dentist. I'm going to my dentist, something that I need to do. I planned it, I organized it, so I used present continuous. Okay, so I completed actually with my own words. So number two.
The marketing department have decided on the travel plan for the next month. I will think about
You decided on their travel, so maybe they just decision. No, just no plan, no organization, just a.
yeah, I don't know plan, but I I'm thinking I will do what?
Maybe so you need to complete these statements using your own words. Just make sentences on your own by yourself. For example, the marketing department have decided on their travel plans for the next month. Maybe, for example, they travel, I don't know, on, I don't know, January, for example, 10th, something like this. Just give an example. Actually, time tense is important here, not the exam. Just try to use the correct time tense to complete the sentences, okay?
Yes, like I will it will be on January.
Yeah, of course, it's something like, for example, you want to make, do you remember that, when we were a child, actually, we used to make some sentences, including some words. Do you remember? So, of course, it's something like this. Just you need to actually, the reason and the purpose of giving this, this exercise is to use the correct form of the verb. So if you need will, if you need be going to, if you need, so present continuous, so you need to. For example, the first one, we need to use present continuous because when I say I can't attend The sale meeting, it means I planned something. I decided, I organized something, so I need to use present continuous. It means, for example, say I can't attend because I'm going to the dentist. So this is my organization before that I organized before. So about number 2, it's something general in present. So you can use present simple. You know, they decided, and okay, for example, you can make any sentences in present simple. They travel, for example, next January. I don't know, they, for example, they travel, they leave. You can say anything you want. Just you need to know the time tense. For example, about number 3, the trains are delayed because of bad weather. So you need to make a sentence including because you are making an immediate decision.
Yeah, I know.
So
So I will.
excellent. So
Thank
I will. Yeah,
you.
just so I will take a taxi, for example. Number 4.
Don't worry if you can't drive me to the airport. I will take a taxi.
Very good.
I
Yeah, of
forgot the
course, very
detail.
good. I will.
I forgot the detail of your flight to Turkey. I am going to aim to pick you up at
Mm-hmm.
on time.
Mm-hmm.
You are on time.
Would you say it again? Pardon, I couldn't hear you. Would you say it again? Number 5. So
Ah,
which time test to use?
I forgot the detail of your flight to Turkey. I am going to pick
Mm-hmm.
you up at the airport.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me give you, let me teach you a trick. Okay, so look, let me show you something. We have present perfect here. We have I for where okay I've got. Okay, so we have present perfect
Yes.
at the beginning of my statements. So the second part should be present simple. So anytime when we have present perfect, it's not bad to use present simple after it, okay? So
Oh.
now you can say, for example, I've got the details. Now you can give the program. You can say the program, for example. You can say, for
Uh,
example,
I
yeah.
will. I will meet you as I will
Mm-hmm.
meet you at the airport.
Okay, so yeah, this one, I've got the details of your flight. So I meet you,
Yes.
for example, in Turkey. I meet you in Turkey, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, and number 6.
Oh no. There been an accident and the traffic is very heavy on the motorway. I will change my
Very good. I
my
will
way.
change my program, for
Yeah.
example. Yeah, of course, you can say, I will change my schedule. I will call to, for example, my employer, something like this. So I will. Excellent. Definitely, yes. And 7.
Did I give you the departure time? Uh, it
Mhm.
is 10 a.m.
Yeah, it leaves, for example. Yeah, very good. Present simple for general truth, of course, we use. And 8.
I made up my mind. Um, I I don't like
Okay. I've
sis.
made up my mind. Okay. So you can say it means I made decision.
Yeah.
When you say I make up my mind, it means, I made decision. So you can say, of course, I decide. When I say, yeah, but there is a difference here. You say, okay, teacher, you told me if I see present perfect, I need to present simple after. So what's the difference? Let me say, this is the phrase. When I say I've made up my mind, it means I decided. So I have a decision about something. I can use will. So for
Mm,
example, I will go, for example, I will travel, something like this. Okay? Get it?
yes. Yes.
Yes? Okay,
Yeah,
very good.
I will see it again after
Yeah,
class.
of course,
Something
of course.
is
Oh, yeah. What is?
oh, I mean something is messy in my mind
Yeah,
now.
so you got confused? You got confused about this word?
Uh, no, in fact,
No?
after you explain for me, I got it. But I mean, yeah, I will try see it again after we finish
Of
class.
course.
Okay.
Of course, the best way to learn better is to practice, practice, and practice. So, of course, why not? So you can check it again. And if you have any questions, you can ask me, okay?
Okay.
Very good. Well, let me stop recording because we don't need it anymore.